Oh, oops, I've been muted. I'm great. I'm doing my best. Hello, everybody. Well, fuck that. I'm about to go stick my nose where it's not wanted. Oops. Oh well, worth it. These are these games' equivalent of crystal lizards. They're not actually as obnoxious because they take a good deal longer to actually disappear. They're also less prone to just running off of cliffs. I'll get that later, I promise. Let's take a more measured approach to the rest of this place. These guys are not particularly difficult, but they can inflict slow poison, so be careful. Poison and other status effects work just about the same as they always have in these games. They're denoted by a bit of a meter that appears in the middle of the screen, not the scream. I will probably be screaming. When that meter fills up, you are afflicted with whatever status effect it is. In the case of slow poison, it's not too bad, but it's annoying, and I'll probably have to burn an antidote because it does damage over time. Here we are. That's what I wanted here. Well, there's other things, but this is the big thing. The Hunter's Torch, despite not looking really any different from the vanilla torch, actually does quite a bit more damage. The enemies here are very weak to fire, so having this torch is actually a really big help here. I have in fact beaten the game. This is my second-ish playthrough. I'm focusing on guns and blood tinge this time. As much as reasonable, anyway. I'm not sure if I'll go all the way to the end of the Old Yharnam. There's sort of one thing in particular I want to get, and I'm not sure. We'll see. I suppose that I should get the thing that I missed on the way down. Yeah, glad I went back for that. Those are important. Apologies for the needless delay, but I had to kill the scurrying beast or whatever it's called. I hate those things. Okay. Now let's actually move on. One thing I will note about Old Yharnam is that this area is not very kind to the game's frame rate. Especially this area right here. So I'm gonna try and... Oh.
Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yharnam, burned and abandoned by men, is now home
don't worry, it's not as bad as Blightdown. It's more navigable, it looks nicer. The frame rate isn't unsurmountable. It's mostly right here, just because there's so much going on. Alright, so this enemy does not like Torch. This enemy really doesn't like Torch. It's actually a good bit more effective than my primary weapon at this point. So I'll be making heavy use of the Hunter's Torch throughout this area. Whoop, hello. Now, they might not like it, but they will still attack if they see an opening. One thing that Old Yharnam likes to do that I'm sort of ambivalent on is obscure your vision a lot. Like, not just in terms of illumination, but all this smoke around here. Not only does it make the frame rate have issues, it also just makes things kind of a pain. Now, while the torch is powerful against these enemies, it's still a little dangerous to use because it's so lacking in range. So, despite its power, don't forget that you have other weapons you can use. I've got quite a collection of these so far, but I'm actually saving them up for a couple of key buys that I'm going to make soon if all goes well. Alright. Time for things to not go well.
You are a skilled hunter, adept, merciless. I've come to blood, as the best hunters are.
It's a good thing that the torch is so powerful numerically, because it's not actually very good at crowd control. Oops. Loghorn can sometimes have trouble with this many enemies. Be careful that you yourself do not run into this fire. It hurts. Oh, that's a lucky find. Sort of. Bloodstones at this level don't actually do a whole lot. The flame sprayer would be good in this situation. In fact, I'm sort of kicking myself that I didn't remember it. But there's a reason I want to keep my pistol in my off slot. He's got a gatling gun. Alright. Exploration is on hold until that gun is gone. Dealing with the gatling gun is not complex, but it's difficult. Wah! don't think he can see me from here. Alright. This area, as you might expect, can be a huge roadblock for new players. I got through it okay due to some luck. Okay. So, there's a nasty surprise in this room. So you want to clear it out before you go in, if you can. You see, there's a bunch of flammable pots of oil on the ground. These pots will ignite if they're, say, shot by bullets. The key to getting through here okay is to simply always keep in mind where he's shooting from and take cover accordingly. That was a miss. There we go. That's what I wanted to happen. Alright. Now that those pots are gone, it's actually safe to take cover up here. If we hadn't waited for him to do that, we would have taken a lot of damage from that because he would just shoot. I'm pointing at the screen. He would shoot through the gap in the wall, and we'd get hit by some pretty devastating splash damage. When the choice is bird and gatling gun, bird is the obvious option. Yeah, fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on the situation, blunderbuss is still fairly cutting-edge technology here. So, the fact that he has a Gatling gun is sort of disconcerting, but it's also heartening because, I don't know, it's probably not too easy for him to use, especially considering the various requirements that you have to use bullets in this game. Ow. Be careful of the guys in the hoods. They are poisonous, especially the big ones. Like 1 or 2 hits and you're probably going to get poisoned. Alright. This area is hard because it's not really obvious what is cover and what is not. These trees, for instance, are actually really good cover. Once again proving that wood is the mightiest defensive material. If we're standing behind them. Intended. Very smooth on my part. I have nerves of steel. Come on. You know I've got these, right? The torch is doubly useful in this area because it doesn't have a lot of follow-through. Especially if you're using some of the heavier weapons, then you can actually just sort of accidentally step out of cover. Whoa! Oh, for Pete's sake. Alright, now for a bit of a gauntlet. I hate this part. This guy's a fucker, by the way. I'm out. Alright, time to steel myself. This might go awfully, it might go well. It went awfully! Help me!
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
I'm killing Djura because I don't like him. Also because I don't want to wait for the powder keg badge. Oh dear. So that's the problem. The gun is not manned by some random idiot. The gun is manned by a retired hunter who is, quite frankly, terrifying. Well, if at first you don't succeed. Out of my way. I have things to do. Apparently we have an ardent admirer. Whoa. That didn't kill you? Come on. Well, I think it at least dissuaded him. There's a strategy here, I swear. Oh, only I get to do that.
I should think you still have dreams. Well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
I swear to God, I will kill you. This is personal now. I almost had him right where I wanted him to. Oh well. As I demonstrated earlier, oh god, I am almost out of bullets. This is difficult. Fuck it, I don't need bullets. But yeah, actually just running up to his position is not difficult at all. That makes things more difficult, of course. I managed to avoid that last time. Alright, this is probably a bad idea.
I should think you
Would you get off the platform?
well, the next time you dream, give some thought.
I am in fact trying to throw him off the platform, but he is not cooperating. Okay, I need to think for a minute. I don't know why I had so much difficulty doing this now when I did it pretty easily the last time I went through here. Maybe I need a weapon with more... I'll figure it out. I'm not leaving until this guy is dead. I believe it within my power. Under ordinary circumstances, I would not be doing this, but I want the thing he drops really bad. Oh, I have a lot of friends this time. I do sort of wonder if this game has intense ladder combat like Dark Souls 2 does. Alright. Okay, buddy. I'll just leave you to that. If there was a way to sneak up on him, if he didn't have some sort of weird spider sense, this would be much easier. I wish it didn't do that screen obscuring thing. I kind of need to see here. This might actually be a fool's errand. If I could just been... Goodbye, friend. That takes care of that. Are you still at it? This is a problem. This is a problem in so many ways. Alright. 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 Don't worry about it. I know how to deal with this. This happened the first time, too. I'm gonna go up here. All right, I'm up here. Gonna wait for just a second so it remembers my position. See, all it takes to beat Djura is a little bit of perseverance. Seriously, though, Hunter-type enemies in this game suck. They're awful. I don't know why they put them in. There we go. I don't know, it just seems they are disproportionately difficult compared to everything else. I feel like there's some sort of numerical error going on in their scaling. Alas, you do not have the expertise to shoot the gun. I have tried. There are some guns you can shoot, actually, and it's pretty gratifying, but the gatling gun remains beyond our ken. Too much gun, too much loading time. Alrighty then. With the powder keg badge, we now have access to some new goodies. The one that I want is the rifle spear. If hunter-type enemies respawned, I would not have finished the game. Like, straight up. Oh, oops, I need a little bit more strength to wield this.
And what is... Very well. Let...
Just a little.
Farewell, good hunter.
No, I don't have the right kind of... Well, whatever. I don't think I have a clap emote at this point. Alright, next order of business is I need to replenish my bullet supply. I did not actually know that you could get a free rifle spear. Learning more every day. Oh, right, the other hunter. I try to forget about him. Sorry, I'm sort of on autopilot while I grind for supplies here. I wish I didn't have to do this. That didn't work. If I was doing a proper Let's Play of this, I would definitely edit this out. I have to do it a lot more than I really like. Which is to say, I have to do it at all. Oh, right. I probably shouldn't use bullets if I'm grinding for bullets. Lower exit from Cathedral Ward. To where precisely? I'm sorry, there's a lot of lower exits in Cathedral Wards. Oh yeah. Not exactly scintillating, I'm sorry. I'll be done soon. Unless in my haze I just end up dying like an idiot. That's definitely a possibility. Oh, the tower exit. No, I haven't done that yet because I need to kill the blood-starved beast, and there's something I want to get before I go down there again. Okay, that should do it. Ah, yes, that area. That is a difficult area that I don't feel like exploring just yet. I need to get there to begin with. Oh, excuse me. Definitely a good place to get bullets, I'll give you that. Alright, time to actually go somewhere. It's a spear that's also a gun. Astounding. Oof. This time that one. I'd say that at this point it's still worth it to kill those guys. Alright, a special emblem opens the main gate. This dickhead has a flamethrower. But he also has bullets, so he's not all bad. There are two church giants just sort of milling around in the middle here. So I'm going to avoid them for the time being. These will come in handy later.
You're not from around here, are you? Well, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? What a pathetic idea. You what? What, you think I'm a beast? Well, maybe I think you're a beast. And step away from my castle.
That doesn't look like a castle to me.
Enough of you. What, you think this is funny? Well, I certainly don't, so be gone with you. I'll have nothing to do with your beast son. Oh, enough with you already. Come on, just go with you.
Jackass.
Oh my, what a queer thing. I take it over the state of blood and beast any day. What is it then? I'm off during hunts, and besides, this is no place for neighbours. Wouldn't want to drag you down too.
Okay. Moving on. Sometimes, even though I do have a spear with a gun attached, I prefer using the pistol because it's faster. I'm also just a little bit more used to the timing. Whoop. Ah, here's what I was looking for. The Black Church set. It has lower physical resistances, but it has very strong poison resistance and is just generally stronger in other areas. I also like the way it looks a lot. The hat stays, though. Leaving.
Praise you. Praise the old damn church. And then the best of our country. Best luck of all.
Okay. People around here are slightly weird. More poison knives. Whoop. Man, that's got some distance. Please ignore the unearthly noises coming from up above. I can't do anything about them. Not yet, anyway. Well, I thought I saw an item, but I think it was just a light. A watchman of Bergenworth guards the gate with a password, the sacred adage of the Grand Cathedral. I'm not sure I really like just these random notes strewn about that offer exposition. I think it's kind of clunky. Dog is weak to gun. Alright, that's one shortcut opened up. The church wanderer guys, I'm not really sure what to call them. The guys with the weird faces and the church outfits, they're not really anything to worry about, to be honest. They look intimidating and they do hit hard, but they are very weak to some basic techniques. Mostly because they're really slow. Nothing missed. This is like a Lloyd's talisman and it will prevent health recovery. You toss it at the enemy. It will become important a bit later. Not sure if we'll get there today, but who knows. It's a bonus hat for our messengers. Not important, but cute. No real hidden path over here. Hidden dog. Sorry, that's a crow. I did not see that guy coming. Fortunately, the charge attack has so much follow-through, I just dodge right out of the way. Over here, hiding in plain sight, is Eileen the Crow. We haven't talked to her in a bit.
Oh, hello there. Perfect timing. I must warn you not to go near the tomb below Erden Chapel in the Cathedral Ward. Henryk, an old hunter, has gone mad. And he's my mark. Don't go near the tomb below. I have...
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sounds like something I might want to interfere in, because I'm a busybody. I have to get used to the slower fire rate on the gun spear. I suppose it's time to deal with these fellas. As is the case with most big enemies that come in multiple numbers, Do your best to avoid aggroing more than one at a time. Also do your best to not do that. Hello there. That guy is a celestial host, and he's real weird. He's very resistant to normal slashing attacks, but he is quite weak to thrust attacks. So the spear is a perfect fit for taking care of him. Those are very valuable. Twin bloodstone shards allow you to take up your weapon above +3 all the way up to +6.
The password.
Don't know it. Don't feel like guessing. I'll come back later. I believe this must be the gate that note mentioned. Lovely view. Interesting thing to note about this little plaza here. The only item that you will find are Madman's knowledges. They tend to be found in clusters like that for whatever reason. It's sort of a nice touch. Sort of creepy. All right, what am I doing here? All right, I believe that I've unlocked all the shortcuts that I want to unlock. Up that way lies trouble. Time for insight. Yeah, I guess so. This is back down the way we came. Alright, have quite a few blood echoes on us, so I think it's time to go back and take stock of the situation, maybe buy some stuff, level up once or twice. God, I have a lot of blood vials. Upgrade the pistol a little bit more. I do love that pistol. Don't have enough twin bloodstone shards to do anything with the rifle spear, though.
I must have drifted off. What is it? Very well, let me. Farewell, good
Alright, I guess I'll just leave these leftover 4,000 as
find your words
traveling
in the
expenses.
written world.
Alright, let's try the Hunter's Rally. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Okay, I am going to try to investigate what's going on at the Tome of Odon. Before I do, though, one or two preparations. Alright, this has the potential to go extremely poorly. Alright, this somewhat garishly clad fellow between the trees. That's Henryk. I'm going to attempt to help Eileen. Just made it. That guy's tough as hell.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then. He was falling apart, and I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
Okay, well, if you take requests, there's some guys down in Old Yharnam, and they're kind of fuckers.
Try to keep your leave the hunting of...
Oh boy. I actually tried doing that fight on a different character the other day after I was done streaming, and it did not go well. Eileen is definitely capable of just fucking dying there. Henryk is super strong. My advice, if you want a reasonably clean sweep of the fight, is to use poison knives. The poison does a lot of sustained damage to him over time, and it only takes like 2 knives to get the tick going. There's not a whole lot of use for them elsewhere in the game, so don't feel like you need to conserve them either. Whew. Alright, that's one of the things I wanted to do. What was the other? Well, we got quite a few blood echoes from killing Henryk, so I'm going to return and sort of touch base. I believe now that I have the church gear, I want to explore Old Yharnam some more.
What is... Very well, let...
Vitality and blood tinge, that's what we want.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Oh, we learned how to clap. Mission accomplished. Okay, yeah. I want to go back to Old Yharnam. You got plenty of antidotes, lots of poison resistance. I'm feeling marginally confident. It will at least be a lot easier without that maniac shooting his gatling gun. Theoretically, anyway. To confirm that, we have to get through these load times. It feels sort of facile complaining about them, but it is a major issue with this game. I gotta fill time somehow. The rifle spear worked actually really well with the torch in this area because they tend to sort of back off. But the spear has really good reach, so you've got an answer for that. But sometimes you want something with a little bit more lateral range, which is why they put trick weapons in this game. Press of a button and you got something different. Now then, without suppressing machine gun fire, I can, take a bit more time and explore this area. I feel like one of the things that I did in my first playthrough that was a mistake was that I did not use charge attacks nearly as much as I should have. They're very strong. Let it be said once again that that smoke is obnoxious. Thought you were a statue for a minute. Ah, dear. No getting in that way. Alright. Time for some more unpleasantness. This guy is another NPC hunter who is obnoxious. He's not nearly as strong as Djura was, but he's still a huge piece of shit. Now I need to relearn his pattern so I can do this. Naturally, he doesn't suffer from any of the penalties that I do fighting in this smoke. He has perfect aim. He also does that. I would say that a big problem with these fights is that they take so long, it's really easy to lose patience. And losing patience is a great way to die. But he's dead. Dead forever. Time to explore what he was guarding. He appears to have been guarding Bird. This is actually sort of an alternate route. If you climb up this ladder, or climb down it, you're actually right up about where you start, where he shoots at you. Of course, trying to fight that guy with Djura shooting at you is, brave. Very brave. Treasure waits ahead. Not just treasure, it looks like. Alright. Choke point time. One thing to note about the torch is that while it can do pretty severe oh my goodness, it can do pretty severe damage to a lot of these enemies, it will not help you rally your health back. So keep that in mind when you're fighting. Still, I'd rather face a room full of these guys than even one hunter. I'll take those with gratitude. Those two. The red moon hangs low, and beasts rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn it all to cinders? Well, I have a friend who could tell you some stuff about cinders and the lording thereof. I'm not sure he would recommend it. Aha! I guess that's why he's charred. Where the hell am I? Oh, right back here. Though I did not see a rifle spear. Should I go back down and look for it? All right, I will not be foiled by Pot. Pot is not a worthy foe. There we go. I mean, completely pointless since I already have an upgraded one now, but that's good to know for future playthroughs. I had no idea that this area even existed. So thank you to everybody who pointed it out to me. I'm glad that I did. Of course it doesn't open from this side. Why would it? I'm just doing a quick gear check here. I'll put that on when we're done here. Its poison resistance is pretty low. Oh yeah, those guys like to scream for some reason. Don't ask me. They are largely impotent from this position. Oh right, I forgot something. I forgot something important enough that I'm actually going to go ahead and do this. It's very embarrassing. Fortunately, though, the two major threats in this area have been cleared out. So provided these two cooperate, it should not take long to get back to where we were. Yeah, I tend to be pretty reticent about using bold hunter marks just because the load times are stupid. But in that case, there wasn't really an expedient way back to where I wanted to go. I'm just going to ignore Bird for the time being. There is a bit of a secret up here. That wasn't quite the sneak attack I was hoping for. But this is where I wanted to be, up in the rafters. More up in the rafters, I guess I should say. That will make things a bit easier. If you hit one of those oil pots hanging above it, that strange altar will catch on fire. Not only does it make things easier to see, it also takes out some of the enemies below. I guess you would have to be kind of a madman to go all the way up here. You don't have to walk slowly on the rafters, but it makes me feel a little bit better about it. Alright, I'm not sure if well, we'll see. That item over there is purely cosmetic, and I'm sort of not enthused about making the jump. Alright, yeah. Executive decision. I don't want bloody bandages from my messengers that bad. Oh, shut up. I'm not sure why these things like to scream so much, but maybe they're from the cleric beast line. Now, do be aware, you cannot stunlock every enemy with a torch. This is not necessarily typical. This is where we popped out the last time, and I thought this was the upper floor, but I was mistaken. You never have too many antidotes. Well, I suppose actually you can, but it's a turn of phrase. Very nice, I think. You know what? To hell with you. If I wasn't so low on bullets, I would probably bring out the flame spewer. Unfortunately, I'm very low on bullets. Now, naturally, you don't want to step in that yourself. Ritual blood. That will come into play a little bit later. Bad birds. More bloodstone shards. You're probably going to want to upgrade more than one weapon in your travels, so be sure to pick up shards when you can. Now, if only I could find some bullets. Voila! Shortcut. Okay. We need to go deeper. Well, don't just stand there. Come in. Time wasters. Oh, it's one of you. They blend in quite a bit better than the crystal lizards do. Well, I will say that much. Alright, here we are down on the streets of Old Yharnam. Rest in peace. Werewolves are less of a big deal now, but are still kind of a big deal, so treat them with caution. Yeah, yeah, come on. The geography in this place is quite vertically sheer. I feel like one town is... This must be like carved into a mountain or something. I saw that. Oh, hell. I have not actually beaten the ROM in Thimeru Chalice. I hate that fight. Basically, I got there near the end of the game, tried it a couple times, and I just decided I'm actually going to go do something that matters. I'll come back to it later. Oh good, an enemy. I want to show off a trick. It's not really a trick. It also doesn't work if they hit you. But if you use the blood bullet trick to give yourself some free bullets for in exchange for health, that actually counts as damage you can rally back. Mostly the thing about that fight is that it took way more patience than I was willing to give it at that point, so I just decided to come back later. Oh, fire paper. That is actually, I think, the only way to enchant your weapon with fire. This opens up a convenient shortcut back to the very beginning of the area, near the lamp. Now, somewhat obnoxiously, at least in my opinion, you can't upgrade your armor at all. So I'm afraid that at this point, since I know more or less what I want to upgrade, a lot of this is going to go to waste. It's a weird trick of the light. This area looks a lot darker than it really is. I see you up there. That didn't quite go as planned. You know what? Never mind. Camera, please. I take no responsibility for how poorly that went. Yes, yes, you're very scary. I hate you. Oh, thank heaven. Nothing back here, huh? If you require assistance, you need only ring the bell. We're getting close to the next boss. However, I'm sort of... not with this many blood echoes, I don't think. I think I will turn around soonish. Honestly, the main concern isn't blood echoes, it's bullets. I don't know, maybe since there's a message, I'll get a bite this time. Time to meditate. I feel like that I'm probably in pretty good blood level range to get a bite here. I don't feel like that 25 is over leveled at all. Oh no, I'm not trying to summon Alfred. I'm trying to summon, I'm trying to get myself summoned. I've never actually had this succeed before. Alright, I'm not going to devote too much time to this. Yeah, I've not had much luck fishing for any multiplayer thing. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe my level is just wrong. I don't know. It's kind of obnoxious. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and try to summon somebody into my world. But my pride... Yeah, I've only ever been invaded once in the nightmare. It did not end well for me, but it was a close fight. I did not regret it.